Welcome back to Billionaire Success Lessons. Today, we are telling the story of a man who did not build his fortune through flashy speeches, endless self-promotion, or a loud public image. He built it through technical curiosity, stubborn resilience, and the discipline to keep moving when his company came dangerously close to collapse. This is the story of William Ding, also known as Ding Lei, the founder of NetEase, one of the most influential internet and gaming companies in China. And what makes his journey so powerful is not just the billions he eventually earned. It is the way he kept building through uncertainty, reinvention, and pressure, until a small internet startup became a giant that reached far beyond games into music, education, e-commerce, and digital services. William Ding was born in 1971, and NetEase's official filings say he later earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Communication Technology from the University of Electronic Science and Technology of China. Before he became a billionaire entrepreneur, he was simply a technically minded young man trying to find his place in a rapidly changing world. He was not stepping into an era of certainty. China's internet economy was still young. The future was unclear, and like many builders of his generation, he had to imagine opportunity before most people around him could fully see it. After graduation, older NetEase disclosures say William Ding worked first as an engineer, and then spent time at Sybase's China operations before founding NetEase. Those jobs may sound like small details now, but they mattered. They gave him a close look at technology, systems, and the practical side of building digital products. Long before he had a famous company, he was learning how infrastructure worked, how software created value, and how quickly technology could reshape the future for people willing to act early. Great founders are often not the people who arrive with the most attention. They are the people who learn quietly, observe carefully, and move at the moment when others are still hesitating. Then came the leap that changed his life. NetEase's own materials say the company was founded in Guangzhou in 1997. That was a bold decision. The Chinese internet industry was still in its early stages, and building a tech company at that moment required vision, risk tolerance, and a willingness to work without guarantees. William Ding did not know exactly how big the internet would become, but he clearly believed that digital services would shape the future in a major way. So he stepped into uncertainty and started building. In 1998, NetEase launched free web-based email services and the 163.com website. According to the company's ESG timeline, that early move tells us something important about William Ding's mindset. He was not chasing abstract innovation for its own sake. He was building tools and platforms that ordinary users could actually use. Email, portals, online communities, information, services. These were the kinds of services that helped turn the internet from an idea into part of daily life. NetEase's own 2002 NASDAQ resumption release described the company as a leading China-based internet technology provider whose websites offered content channels, personal homepages, and large-scale community forums. William Ding was not just creating software, he was helping shape how millions of Chinese users experience the internet itself. This is one of the first great lessons in William Ding's story. Massive success often starts with simple usefulness. People sometimes imagine billion-dollar companies beginning with dazzling ideas that instantly change everything. But many of the biggest businesses begin by solving ordinary needs. Well, they begin by becoming useful, then trusted, then essential. William Ding saw that digital life was going to expand, and he positioned NetEase where people would return again and again. In 2000, NetEase listed on NASDAQ, a remarkable milestone for a young Chinese internet company. NetEase's ESG report marks 2000 as its NASDAQ listing year, and by the end of 2020, the company said its share price had risen more than 120 times since the IPO. From the outside, that kind of milestone can make the journey look smooth. It can make people think the company was destined to win from the beginning. But the truth was far more fragile. Because in 2001, everything nearly fell apart. NetEase official releases from that period showed just how serious the situation became. In 2001, the company faced management turnover, a restatement of its 2000 financial statement, and a temporary suspension of trading of its American depository shares on NASDAQ. In January 2002, NetEase announced that it had successfully appealed NASDAQ's decision to delist the company and that trading in its shares would resume. Later, when the company reported 2001 results, it described 2001 as a challenging year, with revenue falling to RMB 28.3 million, a net loss of RMB 233.2 million, and serious operational pressure. Imagine what that moment felt like. You build a company in one of the most exciting industries in the world. You take it public. People see possibility. Then suddenly, doubt appears, trust is shaken, leadership is disrupted, trading is halted. Your company is on the edge of humiliation in public view. Many founders never recover from a crisis like that. Many companies do not survive it. This is where the real test begins, because success is not proven only by growth. It is proven by survival when the entire story seems to be turning against you. NetEase's filings show that William Ding served in several different leadership roles during those turbulent years, including founder, director, interim chief executive officer, co-chief, and later chief executive officer, chief architect, again from 2005 onward. Those titles tell a story of a founder who stayed deeply involved through instability, transition, and recovery. He did not disappear when the company was in trouble. He stayed close to the machinery of the business. He stayed close to the hard decisions. And that matters, because some people love being called founders, but they disappear when the burden becomes heavy. William Ding stayed in the fight. And here is what makes the story powerful. Even in the middle of that difficult period, NetEase's own 2001 results said that BitS's still showed strong user growth. Registered users reached 43.2 million by the end of 2001, up to 113% from the beginning of the year. And December 2001 average daily page views rose to 174.4 million, up 149%. Think about that contrast. December 2000. Financial pain, public scrutiny, leadership turmoil, and yet users kept coming. The underlying demand kept growing. That is a lesson in itself. When the core of a business still has life, recovery is possible. A crisis can damage momentum, but it does not always erase value. Then NetEase began to rebuild. In 2001, the company launched its first online game, Westward Journey Online, according to its official timeline. That move would become one of the most important pivots in William Ding's career. NetEase was no longer only an internet portal or email company. It was becoming a gaming company, and that shift changed everything. Sometimes the future of a company is not saved by protecting the old identity. Sometimes it is saved by discovering the stronger one. William Ding saw the potential of games not just as entertainment, but as recurring digital ecosystems with loyal communities, long engagement, and powerful economics. That pivot was not a lucky accident. It was strategic adaptation. William Ding understood that the internet was evolving, and that surviving in tech requires more than invention. It requires reinvention. The founders who last are rarely the ones who cling stubbornly to their first version of success. They are the ones who listen to the market, notice where energy's building, and reposition before the window closes. NetEase moved deeper into games, and over time, that became the engine that transformed the company. By 2008, NetEase's official timeline says the company had initiated a business partnership with Blizzard, one of the most important names in gaming. That partnership mattered because it showed how far the company had come from the brink. A business that had once been threatened with delisting was now working with a global gaming powerhouse. That is an extraordinary reversal. It reminds us that setbacks do not have to become permanent identities. A company can be wounded and still come back stronger. A founder can be doubted and still rebuild credibility. A business can go to the edge and still find a new era of growth. And William Ding did not stop with games. NetEase's company history and official timeline show that it expanded into Udo in 2006. NetEase opened Course in 2010, the NetEase News app in 2011, NetEase Cloud Music in 2013, Kala in 2015, and Yang Shuin in 2016. This matters because it reveals the deeper pattern in William Ding's thinking. He was not building one narrow product. He was building an ecosystem around how people learn, play, listen, shop, and live online. The modern internet rewards companies that understand not only traffic, but habits. And NetEase was steadily inserting itself into major digital habits across entertainment, information, education, and commerce. That kind of expansion is never easy. Every new business line means new competition, new execution risk, and new pressure. It means building teams, products, operations, brand trust, and monetization models across very different categories. Plenty of companies succeed in one area and fail miserably when they try to diversify. But NetEase kept growing, and that says something meaningful about William Ding's leadership. He was not simply a founder who got one thing right. He was a builder of systems. He knew how to take digital capability and apply it across multiple user needs. NetEase's 2025 results show how substantial the company has become. The company reported RMB 112.6 billion in net revenues for fiscal year 2025, with RMB 92.1 billion coming from games and related value-added services, RMB 5.9 billion from 7.8 billion RMB from NetEase Cloud Music, and RMB 6.8 billion from innovative businesses and others. Those are not just financial figures. They are evidence of They show that the company William Ding, founded in 1997, did not merely survive. It scaled into a diversified digital business with multiple powerful engines. The gaming side remained especially strong. NetEase's 2025 release said growth in online games was driven by titles such as Fantasy Westward, Journey Online, Identity V, Where Winds Meet, and Marvel Rivals. The company's corporate profile also describes NetEase as a leading internet and game services provider centered around premium content, were some of the most popular and longest-running mobile and PC games in China and globally. That means William Ding's key strategic pivot, leaning deeply into games, did not just save the company in one season. It became a long-term foundation for one of the largest gaming businesses in the world. There is a very important lesson here for anyone watching Billionaire Success Lessons. Your biggest breakthrough may come from the pivot that looks risky to everyone else. William Ding did not save NetEase by pretending nothing had changed. He saved it by recognizing that change itself was the only way forward. In life and business, people often fail not because they work too little, but because they refuse to evolve. They fall in love with their first version of success and miss the stronger version waiting on the other side of adaptation. William Ding's story is also powerful because he did not build his reputation as a flamboyant celebrity founder. He is not the kind of entrepreneur known for constant media theatrics. Much of his strength seems to come from focus, product thinking, and steady strategic control. NetEase's filings show he has remained central to the company for decades, and the official board materials say he has served as CEO for the NetEase Group since November 2005. Longevity like that is rare in technology. Many founders shine brightly for a few years and then fade. William Ding stayed. He kept building across cycles, trends, and market shifts. That kind of staying power matters. It means he was not just good at starting, he was good at enduring. And enduring is one of the hardest skills in business. Starting something is exciting. Enduring requires emotional stamina. It requires surviving mistakes, criticism, boredom, and the constant pressure to prove that yesterday's success still means something tomorrow. William Ding endured. And because he endured, NetEase had time to evolve from a portal company into a durable digital empire. NetEase's official ESG materials also highlight something else. The company linked its mission not only to entertainment, but also to education, consumption, and social responsibility. William Ding is quoted in the report, saying NetEase has long been committed to products and services tied closely to key aspects of life, including education, entertainment, consumption. Whether one looks at food safety, cloud music, Yangshuan, or NetEase's philanthropic education efforts like OneScreen, the broader pattern is clear. William Ding did not define value only through financial growth. He also saw technology as a way to shape everyday life more deeply. That broader vision is part of why his story feels meaningful. He did not just build revenue streams. He built relevance. And relevance is what gives a company staying power. Products survive when they become woven into people's routines, identities, and aspirations. NetEase did not become important by accident. It became important by continuing to meet users where they were going next. Forbes' 2026 Billionaires list puts William Ding's estimated net worth at $37.9 billion. That number is impressive, but it is not the heart of the story. Wealth is the scoreboard. The real story is what produced it: an engineer's curiosity, a founder's courage, a survivor's resilience, and a strategist's ability to pivot when survival demanded it. It is easy to admire the billionaire at the end. It is harder and more useful to study the builder who kept moving when the middle of the story looked broken. And maybe that is why William Ding's journey matters so much. Because many people know what it feels like to be in the fragile stage. Many know what it feels like to build something small, to face doubt, to fear failure, to see a dream wobble in public. Many know what it feels like to wonder whether one crisis will erase years of effort. William Ding's story answers that fear with a powerful truth. A crisis is not always the end. Sometimes it is the furnace that forces you to become the stronger version of yourself and your company. He teaches us that survival itself can become a competitive advantage. A founder who survives near collapse learns things that smooth success never teaches. He learns how to make decisions under pressure. He learns how to spot weak foundations. He learns the cost of complacency. He learns the difference between image and substance, and if he absorbs those lessons, well, he can come out stronger than founders who never had to fight for survival at all. He also teaches us that timing matters, but timing alone is not enough. Yes, William Ding entered the internet industry early. Yes, he benefited from the growth of China's digital economy, but plenty of early entrants disappeared. Plenty of companies had opportunity and failed to turn it into durability. William Ding's real achievement was not that he started early. It was that he stayed relevant long enough to keep winning. As the internet changed around him, that is a deeper kind of success. It is not just the success of being first. It is the success of becoming lasting. It is not just the success of building a company. It is the success of rebuilding it when necessary. It is not just the success of making money. It is the success of creating something that keeps finding new life in new eras. So when you think about William Ding, do not think only of a billionaire founder from China. Think of the young engineer learning how technology works. Think of the founder taking a leap in 1997. Think of the internet entrepreneur building email and portals for a new digital generation. Think of the leader staring down crises in 2001 and refusing to let the company die. Think of the strategist who saw gaming as a future engine of growth. Think of the builder who kept expanding into education, music, commerce, and content. Think of the man who turned near collapse into long-term strength. That is why this story belongs on Billionaire Success Lessons. Because it reminds us that success is not always explosive in the beginning. Sometimes it is fragile. Sometimes it shakes. Sometimes it nearly falls apart. But when the builder is resilient enough, honest enough, and adaptable enough, even the weakest chapter can become the setup for a far greater one. William Ding did not become extraordinary because his path was smooth. He became extraordinary because his path was difficult and he kept building anyway. So the next time life feels unstable, remember this story. A company can be suspended and still return. A founder can be doubted and still win. A painful chapter can become the beginning of a stronger identity. And a person who refuses to quit, even when the future looks uncertain, can build something far bigger than the world first imagined. That is the story of William Ding. Not just a story of billions. A story of reinvention. A story of building through the storm until the storm itself becomes part of the legend.